Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on Bitcoin to start with, and then we'll take a look at some altcoins requested by you guys as usual. And as ever, let's start off with Bitcoin here. This is what we are currently looking at. This is the daily time frame, and I just want to show you this. This is what we was waiting to break out for quite a while. We broke out and we are in a consolidation range, but if we look at this chart now, we can see quite a few levels which I'm hoping that we can really start to test at some stage. So looking at the price of Bitcoin here, we have got these green bands and major levels of resistance and obviously some levels of support down here. I think if the price did reject, then we're still going to look at this area down here before we broke up, which was at 21,200. Whether we get a sharp drop down or just a wobble down, then who knows, but that is an area, if the price is rejected, mate, you are going to look to take some long positions there because it's an area of support, but also, I mean, now could be that good time to take profit if we do drop down. So it's one of those tense-up moments where we are waiting for a price action to do something in a certain direction. I mean, this is kind of trending up here, and all the candles you can see there are pretty much, we have on a little bit of an upwards trend there. It's nothing to get too excited about because overall the trend is up, but on the lower time frames, if you look at this, you can see here that we are bouncing off that region every time, and every time we've hit that level, we are bouncing. If we did come down and retest it again, then you look at 22,700, but if we do start to get some daily closures below that range around here, then you are going to look at 21,000. I think that is a potential given. If, though, we do break to the upside, and this is the last time we tap that area and we pop up, then you need to break this region here. 24,000, 25,000 region is an area we need to break. Above that, then we are looking at this range around here, which I still think is quite an achievable target at 28,000 to 29,000. As you can see here, it would make a clear, nice area of resistance where we would, well, which was previous support, where we would look to tap. So looking at that area there, major support, major support, major support before that drop through it, I think that is an area where I would like the price to push up to. And then whether we consolidate for a while or we start to come back down, who knows. But I think personally that we've still got a few more weeks left in this, and I think there's a good chance that what happens is we come up, retest 28, 29k, and then we'll get a sudden drop, but then I think we'll get a nice consolidating downward spiral, maybe not down to 18k, but maybe to 20k regions around here towards mid-year before we then start to climb back up. But this area for me, I personally do think is the bottom. Put my neck on the line here, but I think it is, and I think although the price may come back down towards that region, I think we have bottomed. I mean, on previous cycles, the last 3 cycles anyway, whenever the price has hit the highest point, the all-time highs, and then rejected, usually a year after that, around that time, it does start to push up, and this is around a year and, what is it, about a year and a month. So for me, I think this is similar to what's happened in the past, and I do think that there's a good chance that, although we may come back down to these levels, I think the bottom is in, and I think it's going to be a nice gradual sideways action or downwards action, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a bit of a boring period in crypto, I think, after the next 2 to 3 weeks has coincided. Just my thoughts, but who knows, let's see what happens. So, like I say, I did put this tweet out the other day asking for assets to look at, and we'll just go probably the first 5 or 6. So we'll take a look at Sand first. It's an asset I've not really held before, to be honest. We'll use the Binance chart as it usually has predominantly most of the data, and we'll have a bit of a zoom out and see what's going on in the bigger picture. So look at that. Most metaverse assets do look like this, to be honest, and that's been all the way up to $8.50. We'll just mark it on now, and we're currently down at 87 cents, which is a whopping amount to go, but it is what it is. And we have come into a level of resistance around here. If we put a nice band on, we can see that this area here is resistance. Also, if you look at this, it was an area of support, and then you go back through, you can see that, yeah, we just drag it down a little bit. We catch quite a lot of wicks there. This area here too was a level of support where we've managed to get back above it, and once we broke out of that level of resistance, bang, we pop back up and we come to this next level. So for me, if you're looking for buys on this asset, we can do a couple of things. We can have a look at this latest breakout here, and we go from a bottom move there to a top move. And if you're looking for some buys, then I'd use these Fibonacci's as levels to buy. So if you're looking at these levels here now, 84 cent, 82, 79, 75, and it's back to this area of support down here at 73 cents. So that's some levels for you to look at targeting. If you're looking to take profit, then use again these extensions at $1, $1.09. And then let's go back to a daily time frame. Beyond that, then you're going to look up towards this range up here, up around $1.35. So that's some levels for you to monitor. But as you can see, the RSI was actually quite oversold there before we come back down, and we've pushed up. So there's more room on that RSI to push up yet. And to be honest, when the price actually started to push up, you want that RSI to stay up there and continue to stay there to see what goes on. So we covered Sanford, Carlos. Kez is asking for a 0. I don't know if I've looked at this before on here. I may have done. Yeah, we go. The MEXC trading pair. I think there's quite a lot of volume on that there. Yeah, there's a decent amount of volume there. So all-time highs has been there, up at $3. It's a fairly new asset, so that's why the all-time high was fairly recently, back in April. And then we plateaued, and it looks like we're in Chop City for a while. But we've come back up now, and we are coming up to this level of resistance, which I would say is around here. But then again, let's just have a quick look here. Let's put this horizontal around that point there. So resistance, support, blasted through it. You could call that a deviation. And then we are into that level of resistance now. So this is an area we need to flip. Beyond that, if we do start to push up beyond $1.41, then who knows, you might get some price action pushing up towards here, up at around $1.99 to $2. And then we've got this level of resistance here, which is nothing too strong, to be honest. There's not much wicks around the area. And we'll get close to that, to be honest, aren't we? But yeah, I mean, looking at taking profit up at $2. And then if you're looking for buys, I'd use these areas down here at $1.10, 94, and 82. So that's pretty much a 0 levels to buy, and then a couple levels to sell at $1.99. And then beyond that, you're going to really start to push up towards those all-time highs. So next asset will be, let's have a look, CTI. I don't know what chart this is. Let's have a look. Clintex for Sonic, this. Absolutely no idea what it is. Never heard of the asset, but look at that. It is pumping on the daily time frame there. Wow, it is. Let's just have a quicker look at this rise from the bottom here. If we look at the price range from the point here when it started to push up, look at that. It's on a 496% move. Love to know what the asset is. Maybe I'll have a look after the stream, but you can see on Qcoin, some Qcoin assets have been pumping a lot recently. I just want to have a look at this on a weekly time frame and see if we can spot any levels of resistance. Let's have a quick look. I think you got one there, to be honest. This is going against the wicks, but if you look at all these candle closures here, then candle closures are pretty much on that level of resistance. So I'd say that is the first major level for you to conquer. I think if the price does get above, 9 cent, then you're really going to see some sharp increases upside. But for now, yeah, I mean, that is the area we need to get to. And I wouldn't say we're into any type of level of resistance here currently on the weekly time frame. Dropping back to the daily, that is where you need to get above. And we have got these two big wicks up here, which could be potential areas to get to. But still, yeah, it's nothing too exciting there to get up that level. It's not a major level of resistance, so I think this is the first one here. If it does get above 9 cent, then I think it'll really start to fly. So 9 cent is that first area. We're only at 6.1 cent, so you've still got another 40% to make up before it does get there. But if we do pull back from this level and you're looking for some buys, point there to point there, if you're looking for some buys, then I would look at 5.1 cent, 4.3 cent, and then down at 3.6 cent at the golden ratio. So you're looking for something very similar to this, a drop down, hit some 6.8 golden ratio, and then push up and hopefully retarget that 9 cent region before the price did push up and then hit that 12 cent region. So that is a potential setup you could look for. But look at that, how stagnant it was. It formed a huge bottom there, sideways action, and then something's obviously happened. Either something fundamental has happened or some pump groups coming and pushed it up, but it is moving up and it is been sustained for a while, to be honest, because since the push up on the 10th of January, I had a slight rejection back on the 24th of Jan, but then since pretty much the beginning of February has been in up only mode, so we would expect that something decent is happening to that asset at that point. Let's cover two more. RSM from Mike Bone. It's one of my favourite assets, to be honest, although the price action has been absolutely fucking diabolical, aren't it? We have seen a decent upside. I'm still waiting for us to get back above 0.5 cent. Once it gets above 0.5 cent, we'll come back into this range bound price action area we was in for a while, and then we'll look to target 8 cent, 0.8 cent, and then 1.1 cent. I'll be taking quite a significant amount of profit off if we do get to this area. 1.1 cent. Let's have a look, see if it'll get there. It's still probably about 100 and some percent. Yeah, 135% away. It's one of those painful assets, RSR, because I know everything about it is solid, but the sell-off has just been absolutely ridiculous. I know we had a lot of stable asset issues last year, leading into this year. And yeah, it's just one of those assets where people are, I don't know, potentially been dumping. A lot of VCs might have dumped it, and that's brought it down. I think it went down about 97%, which is ridiculous, really, considering what Nevin has been doing. But it is one of them. I've still got some of my RSR, and I will be looking to take profit at 1.1 cent if we do get there. Looking at levels to buy, I mean, you've still got these levels of support at 0.004, 0.0035, and then the bottom we move down here at 0.002. Don't think we'll go down again, to be honest, but you never know. So yeah, I'm not looking anywhere above 1.1 cent yet, to be honest. That's a massive level we need to conquer, and even getting above 0.8 of a cent will be a big area. We'll flip at equilibrium, and the price hopefully will then start to push up. But yeah, it's been quite painful, hasn't it? And one more asset, we will take a look at XTP. Jordy's talked about this quite a few times to me. I've never looked at it. I think it's on Bittrex. XTP USDT. Yeah, the Bittrex chart there. Have a look at that. That again, one of them assets. Look at that. We're in Crab City for a long time, pretty much since May 2021. And a few people started talking about it. The product, I presume, is starting to get pushed out now. And it's a little bit like Swissborg, I believe. I've not looked into it fully, but if you look back in time, it's been all the way up to 27 cent, and we're down now at 1.6 cents. So a long way to go. We need to really get above this area here where all these wicks was. If you're looking at that area there, that's an area price needs to get back above. Once it does get back above there, then you're going to start to see it push on. But I presume, I don't know about the previous data, but when it listed on Bittrex here, people were buying here, obviously went underwater, will be looking to sell it there as well to make their money back and get out break even. So that's a big level to conquer, to be honest. And if it does flip that, then who knows where the price could go. You've got a lot of wicks down at this range here where it could bounce off, and that's up at 4.6 cent. And that's a decent move from current prices. If we do flip here, then you're looking at another 140% move. But currently, if you're looking on the daily time frame and looking what's going on at price, you could say we are forming a bit of a potential bullish flag there, but it's nothing too concrete yet. And then looking at this in terms of Fibonacci's from the entire bottom there to that top, if the price does reject from here and starts coming down, I would look to buy at 1.2 cent, less than a cent there, and then 0.075. Some areas where the price could come down if the price did reject. Across from, that's not just for XTP, that's for the entire market. If the market did dump, TAP would follow it down. But yeah, levels to sell there, levels to buy, levels to sell, you're looking at 2.4, 3.1 and 4.6 cent will be those areas to potentially break. And if it gets above that, then who knows, you're going to attack some of these big wicks up here at 7.2 and 11 cent. But a long way off yet, that. It's an asset I'm going to actually do a bit of fundamental research on this week, because it's an asset that I'm quite interested in on and off ramps in crypto. People always struggle with on and off ramps, and myself personally, I've always used Binance and Swissborg and never had any issues. But TAP is another one that uses Swift and faster payments, so that could be an asset if you're looking for some, I don't know, some quick on and off ramps for crypto to fit, and that could be one for you to check out. But that's it for today. That's some assets covered from you guys. Try and do another one tomorrow if we've got time. But that's it for today. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.